Hello and welcome to Commentator's Curse, a points-based football prediction podcast. I'm your host Cam Wright, and today my guest joining me is Dan. Dan, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good stuff. Before we get into your picks, Dan, I'll reveal my last guest, Shikar, how he did.
Okay.
His predictions, they were plagued by the postponed Merseyside derby. I think 4 of his picks were related to that match, so he got screwed over by that a little bit. But, because it's Christmas, I let him have some backup picks.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Christmassy spirit. And he managed an impressive 4 points out of a possible 10.
Okay.
So that's the score you're trying to beat.
What was the first week's score?
That was Herbie. He got 2.
Okay. Okay, so it's harder than...
Yeah, you got a chance.
Yeah.
You feeling confident?
I am, actually.
Yeah?
Took some time last night to have a look. And I didn't want to go for the obvious ones, I could have gone for with my picks, could have gone dominant on one team.
Yeah.
But I felt like, that's a bit boring. So I, had a look at all games and
Shall we get into your predictions?
Yeah.
First up, I asked you to name a player that you think will score or assist. Who have you gone for?
So I went for Alexander Isak. I just think with Newcastle, they're playing a Leicester. I don't know. I just think he will score. He's a bit of a bagsman in the end.
Yes.
Don't know. He can, with his head or foot, he's pretty clinical. So yeah, I fancied him. And obviously Leicester. The only doubt I had in that pick was with Ruud van Nistelrooy now. He's taken over Leicester. He's done an all right job so far.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I rate Isak so high.
Yeah.
I think he's maybe the most complete striker in the league.
Yeah, he used to be my fantasy as well, but I think he went injured or something, and then I dropped him, never got him back. But yeah, I might look at getting him back in at some point.
I think Leicester have one of the worst defences in the Premier League this season.
And there'll definitely be goals in there, won't there? Yeah,
definitely. And they've also just got one away win, so I think Newcastle should dominate this match. Really.
Yeah.
I think. Have you been disappointed with Newcastle overall this season? I think they're currently sitting in 12th.
They're a strange team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think mainly tomorrow, I've got this little, what's it called? Theory that if it's a 3 o'clock home game on a Saturday, there's not going to be much drama to it. It's going to be straightforward. Right. So that's why I backed that.
They save their drama for the TV.
Yeah, when there's TV games, anyone could beat anyone,
Yeah.
Like with these early kickoffs, the early Sunday kickoffs are a bit of a nightmare ones as well. But I thought, Leicester, Newcastle will do a 3-0 over them tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I heard someone say the other day that Newcastle, they peaked under Eddie Howe. Do you agree with that? So I think that's harsh. I think with the financial instability and uncertainty in the last year or so, they haven't really been able to give Eddie Howe what he needs to keep pushing that team higher and higher.
Well, they obviously got the Champions League last year, but no Europe this year. They're quite unlucky we're not getting Europe this year because Man United won the FA Cup, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's a strange one. I don't know if they can get much better than what they're doing at the moment, though, because they've got the money now. I think the team is pretty stacked.
Well, they've got the money, but the only notable summer signing they made was Lewis Hall for 30 million.
Yeah,
and
that's
they also signed
a waste of money. That
Kodimos, I think, for he's that backup keeper who hasn't even played.
Eddie Howe's doing a good job, I think. I don't think other managers would do much better.
No, I agree.
I rate Eddie Howe a lot.
He's done an incredible job, and I think they're just not giving him what he really needs to take that squad to the next level.
Yeah, so they're 5 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses, so...
You've got to have a really deep squad to be able to consistently push for top 4.
Yeah, but also the standard, I think, is getting better. Teams, anyone can beat anyone, which is weirdly this year. That's why if you look from 4th down, it's the points and then the form. It's just so inconsistent. So
And also Newcastle, last year, they were one of the most reliable defences. And this year, they're really, really
good. Well, the goal difference is minor, so...
I think part of that's due to Sven Botman being out with the ACL. Yeah. That's really hurt them. Moving on now to the next pick, a player to receive man of the match. Who do you think?
Well, I think this man's going to score as well.
Okay,
but I just fancy a bit of a different one, so I went for Kai Havertz.
All right, okay.
I think Arsenal once again is a 3 o'clock at home. I think they'll just. I don't know. Everton they beat Wolves 4-0, didn't they? Was it last week? No, not last game week, the one before.
Yeah. And
I thought, maybe they could be at least competitive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Arsenal they're a weird one also. I think they can be title contenders, but sometimes they just do these weird things and you're like, they're never going to do it. But Kai Havertz, I think, is unreal.
Yeah. Are you expecting another set piece feast for Arsenal?
Oh, well, I'm still scarred for watching that game against Man United, to be honest with you, that flipping defending. So,
Surely,
yeah.
if there's a team that can stop Arsenal's dominance in the air, it's a Sean Dyche team, right? Surely.
Well,
So.
as in they were impressive against Wolves, as you said, and their set pieces are good against Wolves, really. So, but I think Havertz, he had 2 assists on the weekend, whoever they played against. He had 2 assists, and I think a goal is due. And he's been unreal with Arsenal, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Everton might take inspiration from Monaco's new set piece antidote. Did you see that in midweek?
No.
So they played Arsenal in the Champions League midweek, and they had this new tactic where at every corner they'd keep a few players, I think 3 players, up on the halfway line.
Okay.
So that Arsenal then had to
bring back just in case out of counter
to mark them to stop the counter, which reduced their numbers in the box and their threat. Which, I mean, it seems simple when you think about it.
But they still conceded 3 goals.
They did.
Like,
but
they
none of them were set pieces.
I think Kai Havertz will get man of the match. I think he'll have a goal and assist.
Okay.
Here first.
Next prediction: a team to keep a clean sheet.
Liverpool I've gone for.
Okay. Against Fulham.
My other option was maybe Arsenal.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Everton can sneak a goal in sometimes. I reckon it could be at Arsenal like 4-1 and then, But I don't know, Liverpool, Fulham are not really doing amazingly. They've had a fair,
I think they're sitting in 10th.
Well, but then, I don't know, they're weird. I find Fulham really weird. One week they'll batter teams and then the other they'll lose the weird one.
Yeah.
They are mid-table doing all right, but I think Liverpool they're pretty solid at the back.
They're by far and away the best defensive team in the league.
The best team in the league by far. They've only conceded 11, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
And I don't see who they got, Muniz or Jimenez.
I mean, to be fair, their attack's firing at the minute. Fulham. Iwobi's got 5 goals this season. Smith Rowe's playing well. Jimenez looks almost back to his
but he won't get back to it.
No,
I really liked Jimenez.
I loved Jimenez at Wolves.
Yeah, but I just think I'm just gonna a bit of a cliche thing again. It's just a 3 o'clock home game for Liverpool. It's too easy for them.
At least it's not 12:30.
Yeah, exactly. If my things would change if it was not normal time. But I think Liverpool are pretty strong. They'll win something like 2 or 3-0.
Yeah. With the way Salah's playing as well, you'd expect him to get on the score sheet. But Fulham have been impressive, I think, to be fair. I mean, they're 3rd in the league for open play goals, which is quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, I think against Liverpool, I don't know.
They will struggle, without a doubt.
Yeah, and maybe set pieces is the way to score against them, I don't know. But.
Potentially, yeah. Next pick is the underdog team. So this is a team that's not necessarily bookie's favourite, but somebody you think can get a result.
Yeah, I had a look on Sky Bet last night, and West Ham, that's what I've gone for. Their odds are quite big. I was like, ooh. I don't know. I was tempted by Ipswich to beat Wolves.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
I'm not sure I'd count that as an underdog.
Well,
18th against 19th.
Bookies, though.
Ah, true. Yeah, I suppose.
Bookies are backing Wolves just about. I don't know. I think West Ham, they weren't great against Wolves on Monday. No. I thought it was a bit of a poor game.
In the El Sacico.
Yeah, but they still looked way better than Wolves. And Bournemouth are doing well this year, in fairness to them. But I don't know. I just fancy West Ham. I got all right side. I think the players in that team are not bad.
Yeah,
and I might say they're better than Bournemouth on paper.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, to be honest.
I don't know. It's a tough one. Bournemouth have been quite hard. They're a good side this year. They've done really well.
They are, but they're also pretty inconsistent.
They are.
Beat teams like City, Arsenal, Spurs, I think, and then they lost to Leicester, Brentford, Brighton.
Yeah,
you never really know.
So if they can beat the big teams but lose to the smaller teams, then I'll go for West Ham. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm back. Yeah, West Ham for that one.
Do you reckon Lopetegui has long left at West Ham? I think his days are numbered now, surely.
Because he won at Wolves, I reckon he'll take another 2 losses in a row for him to go.
Yeah.
It won't be because he won against beat Wolves. I don't think,
I think that win will do little to sort of ease the pressure on his shoulders.
But I think beating Bournemouth Monday night could be a little interesting Monday night football. That.
And they're up to 14th, West Ham, so it's not as disastrous as it was.
I don't see what the big dramas about, really. I know West Ham should be a bit higher, but they're only a point behind Man United.
That's a good point.
And
yeah,
2 points behind Newcastle and Spurs. So
when you look at it that way, it doesn't seem too bad, does
yeah,
it?
you don't need to say where they are on the table.
Yeah,
Just say how many points they're behind there.
Next pick is the player to get the most fantasy points.
So I've captained this man. I was going through my fantasy as well last night, and I've captained him. I've gone for Mo Salah.
Nice.
I just think he's really in form at the moment, and he's been getting me so many points, and I just think he will just continue his form. And he'll always get a little goal or assist, and, you know, I couldn't really see. I was looking at the Manchester derby because I'm not really sure what I'm expecting in that game.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one.
It is. So, I think this is probably the hardest pick to do.
And I think I had a second pick, maybe Cole Palmer, Brentford, and they on Sunday. It was between them two. I got both of them on my team. I refused to pick Haaland because I think it's just a cheat code and it's boring, and he's so expensive. So I just pick So
I think Salah in his last 7 Premier League game weeks, he's got at least 9 points in all of them in his last 7.
Yeah,
which is just outrageous.
I captained him and he got me 36 points or something. So
yeah,
I actually triple captained him against Man City for some reason, and it paid off. So
that was bold. It's quite hard to find holes in this prediction. I mean, it's just a smart choice.
Yeah,
it just is. I mean, are there any other players that did cross your mind? You mentioned Palmer.
Palmer was the other one. I couldn't really think of anyone else. I did
maybe Saka. They're playing Everton at home.
I had Bruno on my team. He's been there from the start. I took him out this weekend and got in. I can't remember now, but it was someone from the Spurs team. Brennan Johnson.
Yeah,
they've got Southampton away this weekend, so maybe I don't see Brennan getting loads of points, but that's a place maybe. Actually, Mateus Cunha.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's
I've got him in. He did nothing for me last weekend.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think Ipswich home could be a one for him.
That's actually going to be a really good match. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so that could be. Well, yeah, Cunha or Salah.
Okay.
Salah, hopefully, though.
Moving on now. The player to get a card. Who do you reckon?
So I was looking really at the Manchester derby for this one. I was looking at either derby, but I think the player card, I think Martinez for Man United could be a banker.
Yeah, he loves a foul.
He loves a foul. And in a derby game, he definitely will commit fouls. Whether you get a card, I don't know. But I think that is a banker.
He's already got 5 as well, so he's passed that.
He was banned last. Yeah, so I think that it'll be his like free pass to have a yellow card.
Yeah.
Another one actually. I don't know. He got one on Monday against West Ham was Matty Doherty for Wolves.
Yeah,
he loves a card as well. So, but then also, do I say my sub chip here or?
Yeah.
So the sub chip then would be Ryan Yates for Forest.
Yeah, another player who loves a chip.
Didn't he get 8 fouls against Man United last weekend?
Yeah,
and not even a card. So
that was outrageous.
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, Ryan Yates, it'll be my sub chip if Martinez doesn't get him.
I think it could weirdly be one of the closest Manchester derbies we've seen in a while. More in terms of how poor both teams are instead of Man U being able to catch up.
I don't know what to expect. I think it could either way. I reckon United could win or City will batter them.
Yeah, so they are due a game because in recent times when they've had a bad period, they'll come back and win 6-0 or something. Yeah,
or something ridiculous. Like that. What was it last year? Was it or the year before 6-3 or something?
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Yates also, he has 4 yellows already, so he's 1 away from a ban, so he could be a bit reluctant there.
Yeah. I don't think that bothers him. He can have Christmas Day off or whatever.
I think it's Forest Villa that game, which is actually a brilliant game.
Yeah.
It's 5th against 6th.
5:30 in tomorrow.
Yeah, 5th against 6th. I think with the teams that are currently below Man City, obviously Forest and Villa are there, and there's a few others, Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth and Fulham. Which one of those teams do you see who has the best chance of challenging for top 4?
Who was it? Sorry, say that again.
So from 5th down to 10th, it's Forest, Villa, Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford and Fulham. And
can I say Man United? Again, top 4. Oh, top 5, do you mean? Or actually again...
I think which one of those do you think has the best chance of challenging for top 4? Obviously, Villa got it last year and they're playing Champions League this year, but I think it could be too much for them.
I'll write off Bournemouth and Brentford straight away.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think... Nah. Brighton.
I think Forest are playing really well.
Forest is a strange one. If you look at their last 7 games, they've lost 3 of those.
Yeah.
And they only lost 1 before that. I think Villa are the one. They've had a bit of a weird season also, Villa, and I think they've obviously been affected by playing Champions League, but they're doing well in that, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not doing... I mean, they started... I think they got 3 wins at the start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like in the top 8 anyway.
Yeah, they should qualify.
They'll definitely qualify. If they get top 8, that'll be a bonus for them. But yeah, I'll say Villa.
Okay, yeah. Next one, match with the most cards.
Brighton Palace.
Oh, the M23 derby.
Yeah, mainly because it's a derby game. You could see the Manchester derby as well. Yeah. I think I'd pick the derby games. Also, maybe Wolves Ipswich is another one that could be, because both teams scrapping at the bottom.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, I think Brighton Palace, I don't see many goals, but I see cards.
I've heard it being called the El Gatwico as well.
Oh, really? That's a horrific name. I think it's the most weirdest derby out there.
It is, yeah.
But they hate each other. They absolutely despise each other.
There is a proper hatred there. Which, they're always good games.
But yeah, that's the thing. They're always kind of exciting games, aren't they? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were 4 cards in their last game when Brighton battered them, I think, 4-1 at the end of last season.
Okay.
I think it's almost becoming a bit normalised how consistent Brighton are. Like their last 3 finishes in the Premier League were 9th,
Brighton at home,
11th.
It's a tough place for any team to go. It's weird, isn't it? Like, it's not really the most atmospheric ground, but they just...
No.
Yeah.
I think, especially with the players the amount of players they sell on and still manage to keep
they get these like randomers in and they just do
unreal.
Well, yeah, exactly.
They'll pick up some kid from Paraguay next year. And it'll get
like
sold for 60 million.
Mitoma from wherever he's from. Yeah.
But when they sold Caicedo, you thought, right, they'll be in real trouble.
Yeah.
There. And then they
make so much money off these players as well, and they sell everyone to Chelsea.
Yeah. They make up about a third of our team now.
Yeah, they probably do, don't they?
Yeah, Sanchez, Cucurella, Caicedo. They're all starters.
You got more than that, have you, from them? Or?
I mean, Colwell went on loan, I suppose, if you count that.
Yeah, I can't really count that, can
you? Right, next prediction. Match with 3 or more goals.
I think Wolves always have goals in their games, and I think they'll definitely have 3+ goals. I'm that confident I even captain-chipped it.
Interesting, okay.
Wolves, was it against Bournemouth the other week? It was 4-2, was it? Something like that? 4-2. They were 2-1 on Monday, weren't they? So another goal. They just always, I think, let me have a look. Should have checked this, but I'm pretty sure the goals Wolves are involved in.
Oh, it's I mean, Wolves have the worst defensive record in the league this season. They've conceded 38, I think. I want to say off the top of my head. 2-1.
Oh yeah, 4-0 Everton. 4-2, 4-1, 2-0, 2-2. Yeah, there's just goals galore in their games.
Yeah.
But also, I'm looking back at that, saying about Fulham being inconsistent. Losing 4-1 to Wolves is...
true, yeah.
But yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like we mentioned a minute ago, 18th against 19th. This is going to be a proper scrappy game.
Yeah, and there's going to be goals. I think it'll be... I don't know why, but I reckon it'll be a great game, I think.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and watch that if I can.
Yeah.
That'll be really good. Yeah, they're 2 of the worst defences in the league going up against each other. I think this could be promising.
Kuhn, he's going to score.
So you're confident with this one, using the captainship?
Yeah, I think over to... Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I reckon that could come in the first half, actually.
That's the 3 o'clock game on the Saturday as well, so that'll be one of the first games if that comes in.
Yeah.
If you get that, you're already level on points with Herbie, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, watch out, Herbie.
Moving on to your final prediction now, a match to have a penalty.
This is a tough one. This is just potluck, I think.
It is, yeah.
But Manchester derby, this seems to be... There was it when the 6-3 game? I'm pretty sure there was something like 3 penalties in that game. Didn't Haaland get one, Foden get one, and then maybe Man United had one or something. It was ridiculous, but I think there'll be a penalty in that one. There's no research behind it, it's just pure luck. But
I think both teams have mistakes in them, especially at the minute how City are playing, so that could cause a few
it'll probably
more
something like Onana will lose the ball and someone will
trip.
He had a
shocker yesterday against Pilsen.
Victoria Pilsen, or whatever, yeah. But yeah, I think Manchester derby you'll have.
Yeah. I mean, not to say if Man City get a penalty, they'll score it. Did you see that video midweek of the Man City players in training?
Yeah, I didn't actually watch it, but I saw, it was my Twitter was just full of it with like I didn't click on it, but you could see people saying, "Oh my god, we have no hope" and all that.
Yeah,
so,
I think it was Foden, Gundogan, Grealish, and Haaland. They all missed.
And no keeper.
And there was no keeper. Brilliant. Right, I think that rounds up all of your predictions. Interesting picks in there, some of them.
Yeah, were you surprised or
match with 3 or more goals? Ipswich Wolves makes sense when you think about it. I suppose. Yeah, you don't associate either of them really with goal scoring, more conceding, which I suppose can work in your favour there. But that could be a promising one though. You feeling confident?
I am actually.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have.
Are you putting any money on those?
I might have a little punt on them. Yeah. Yeah, I could do actually. You can do that like a multi-bet builder.
Yeah,
can you?
It's just the show's just a free bet builder.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Well, I reckon in like the next few episodes or whenever you do more, then you're the person that picks them. The host actually puts a $5 down for them.
That's good. Maybe maybe that can be the evolution.
That's how you pay your guests.
Dan, thanks so much for joining me
no
today,
worries.
mate.
Thank you for having me.
This has been episode 3 of Commentator's Curse. Make sure to tune in next week as Dan's score will be revealed and my next guest will see if they can top it. Thanks for watching.